Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Vic, and I am the Brooklyn Watch Guy. If this is your first time on my channel, this channel is all about watch buying, collecting, unboxings, and reviews in the affordable range, which I define as $1,000 or less. If you're into that, I invite you to stick around, watch the video. If you make it to the end, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so you know every time I put a new video up. Folks, we're going to be doing a watch review today on this guy, the Citizen Orca, a watch that I've really come to love. This was the first re-edition into my library, This was the first re-edition into my collection after I sold everything off and decided I wanted to get back into collecting watches again. It was a watch that I actually had this review done before I sold everything off. I just never filmed it. So this is going to be a long overdue review. Alright guys, so the Citizen Orca, this particular one is reference number BN0230-04E. That's the number for this black one. I've seen this in 3 other different styles. They all look good, but there's one with a blue dial and blue like silicone strap or polyurethane strap. That thing is sexy. The dial has like this wave effect on it, and I know I've stated in the past that I don't do variants of watches, and I've broken that rule already before. And I'm probably gonna break it again because that blue one is pretty attractive, and it is one that I would like to own. So yeah, this watch is actually a reissue from a 2006 Citizen watch with the same name. That Orca was made of titanium. It was 48 millimeters. This guy's just a little bit smaller. So this version of the Orca is stainless steel. It is a 46 millimeter wide watch. Lug width 14 millimeters. Now, I know that sounds a little bit odd for a watch of a pretty large size, but you can see here, they do this damn proprietary strap thing. So good luck trying to find a new strap for that. If it breaks, unless you're willing to do something custom, you're going to have to go through Citizen to find a replacement strap. But I will say, these polyurethane straps, they feel pretty good. They feel pretty solid. They are actually pretty comfortable. I've been wearing this here in the New York City heat this summer. And it's been comfortable to wear. The watch is not uncomfortable at all. And it actually, for a watch's size, it wears pretty small. So I don't know if that's a problem for some of you guys that like to change your straps around, but for me, it's not really an issue. The Orca is 14.6 millimeters thick. This uses a Citizen E168 Eco Drive movement. It only has a date complication on it. The watch itself gets power from any source of light. It doesn't just have to be sunlight, any source of light. And I really like that. Before I sold everything off before, I was really a Seiko fanboy. And Seiko has, their solar movements and stuff. And I had quite a few of them. Now that I've gotten back into collecting, I find myself going more towards Citizen, which is strange, right? But, Citizen is a brand that I overlooked big time until I actually got this Orca before. And now I find myself, I'm looking at a lot of Citizen watches. So I think going forward on this channel, you're going to see some Seikos for sure. But you're going to see a lot of Citizens coming down because I really like what Citizen has. And that Eco Drive movement, I really like that. You don't have to change a battery. I don't want to have too many automatic watches sitting in a box, not moving and stuff. So I think the Eco Drive, those watches, I think they're a pretty solid thing to get. This Orca, you do get a screw down crown. This has a 180 day power reserve, by the way. Orca is ISO certified 200 meters of water resistance. If you don't know what ISO means, it stands for the International Standards Organization. This is an international body that develops and publishes standards for various industries around the world. It's a non-governmental body. Think of it like PADI, but PADI strictly deals with diving. I believe only Seiko has an agreement with PADI also. I've never seen any other company sell anything with PADI on it. But but it's basically like PADI, but they deal with more stuff. PADI is strictly diving. Case back features this really cool Orca. This is etched in there. Try to get this right. It's etched in there and painted. This, now I thought it was a sticker initially when I got it. It's not. This thing is actually pretty cool how they did that. Yeah, it's cool. It's really etched in there. It's painted. It's really good quality stuff. I don't see that fading away or peeling away anytime soon. I think that's gonna last for a while. Really cool. That's actually what sold me on the watch, was when I saw that I had that. I was like, ooh, I had to have that. So pretty cool. Overall, this watch is a really, really good looking watch. By the way, the lume on this guy, awesome. Awesome lume. I'm going to put a little video that I took here. This was just me putting the watch outside for about 10 minutes. Then I put it in my studio, with all the lights off. And I let it run. And I shit you not, I let this thing run for almost an hour. And I came downstairs, and that lume was still fighting to stay, to stay lit. Now, I had to cut it short, so I basically just edited it down to where it faded the most. And that was about 15 minutes. But you can see in this video, and I sped it up, you can see how hard this thing fought to fade away. I really think that if this thing went in a Lume Wars video against the 1970 Steel Dive, I think it would beat the Steel Dive 1970. That's how good the lume on this guy is. So, overall, this is a really solid watch. So, with that said, folks, I'm going to put this guy on my wrist, give you guys some on-wrist views, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Alright, so you can see here how it looks on my wrist. Like I said, 46mm watch, but it doesn't feel huge. It's actually pretty comfortable on the wrist. I've worn this at work all day. It's really comfortable. One thing I forgot to mention, the straps on these things are extra long because they're meant to be worn over wetsuits. Like I said, this is an actual certified diver's watch, so you can wear this diving. And the lume, it's, that's more proof that you can wear this diving, because you're going to be able to see this guy, pretty deep down for a while. But this is what it looks like on my wrist. Really comfortable watch. Like I've said before, I'm a big guy with little wrists. And you can see, I got a little overhang on the ends. Not too much, not too crazy. So folks, the Citizen Orca. I think if you can find this guy at a decent price, I got this guy for just under 200 bucks. Do not get it from Citizen's website. It's going to be overpriced there. When these released, they were originally like $550. 200, 180 to 200. That's a good price to pay for these guys. You can find them all over the internet. I picked this guy up on Amazon personally, and I'll link that in the description below. So with that said, Citizen Orca, if you're thinking about buying it, buy it. Good watch. You won't regret it. With that said, I will see you on my next video. Peace.
Hey YouTube, it's Vic, the Brooklyn Watch Guy. Got any questions or suggestions for content? Well, scan this QR code, send me an email. Maybe you see your idea come up, or I'll answer your question on a video. Thank you for watching.